World needs to stop categorize people into themselves. Are you an extrovert or introvert? I'm both. Put me in a situation.
I have been in places and in rooms where I did not belong just because I have a big mouth.
Yeah.
Just because I can sell myself. Lately, I have realized that social gatherings sometimes really do drain your energy too.
That's kind of a hack if somebody is watching as an introvert. If you want to show your skill set, start with social media.
Nobody should just walk into your face and be like, talk more. Yeah, exactly. Am I, saying you to talk less? Shut the f up. My life. Fun.
You guys live on other people's energy. Hi guys, my name is Sim.
And my name is Garish.
And welcome to another episode of GG Unplugged. So, we are just rolling today. We are recording 2 episodes in a day. So, this one.
So let's see what happens when an extrovert meets an introvert and they start a podcast and an extrovert adopts an introvert. And I want to actually hear more insights about the life of an introvert, because I as an extrovert will not stop talking. So please start talking as an introvert.
There might be some ambivert. I think mostly people are ambivert.
Most people are ambiverts, I would say so as well. Yeah.
If you're extrovert to the max, bro, I don't know how do you survive in this world with this.
Why are you looking at me when you say this?
Because then being an extrovert, you overcommit and then don't deliver. So it's you can't control your tongue.
Wow.
But that's true. Low-key, that's true. You have to agree. Low-key, that's true. You guys
I can't control my tongue. That is... shut up.
See? No, I'm just generalizing it. Low-key, that's true.
No, I am a big mouth. I know. मैं बहुत बोलना है
And then you okay, maybe कर लूँगी, ये भी कर लूँगी, I'll do this, I'll do that. And then I'm like, oh shit. I should have said that.
But I don't think that's an extrovert thing. So extroversion and being delusional about your capacity are 2 different things, I think. That's me, who are you personally attacking. But we extroverts, I personally think, the way you feel energized and, refreshed after, I personally think introverts spending time with yourself and being by yourself and very within, I think we feel that in a social setting. We feel that our outlet is that. That genuinely makes us feel energized. And I'm like, woohoo, fun.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
guys,
idea of fun.
You guys live on other people's energy.
In a way. Wow, that sounds like really a leech.
Really evil.
Like a freaking leech. You live on someone's energy. I'm like...
But that's how you define an extrovert. But
interesting. That's going to stay with me. You live off other people's energy.
Yeah, you guys drain other people's energy to live off your energy.
We spread good vibes. We are the life of a party, because what will you introverts do if we aren't there?
Yeah.
Sit in your different corners.
We do sit in different corners.
Quiet gossip sessions.
We do observe what you extroverts do at
we
a
have fun
party.
like that. We are big personality people. You must learn a thing or two.
Then we observe what is she doing?
Judge us all you want. You low-key want to be us.
No.
This turned into a battle and I love it for no apparent reason.
It's nice.
It's fun.
It's fun. But
that's what extroverts are good at. Banter.
What are they good at?
Banter. Bakchodi.
Oh. Banter.
Banter.
Oh.
You didn't know the term? Bakchodi is more accurate though. But banter is, tongue khishna bakchodi.
Oh, I learned a new word today. I think I read it somewhere, but I didn't know it meant this. Okay. Nice. See, our conversation just goes.
See, an extrovert teaching an introvert a thing about socializing and banter. Bro, this episode is just going to be this or what?
No, it's fine. So, okay. So, let me just put out the pointers.
Get some point in now. Too much banter.
बहुत बकचोदी कर लिया हमने बहुत. We'll keep this segment if it makes sense.
Kind of does.
Yeah, we will. I need my downtime after every event, every social setting. I need some time to compose myself and just think where am I, what I'm doing. I have to be my conscious. Okay, this is happening around me, and then there is something else that I need to go to. Otherwise, from one to another to third, my mental capacity or my brain just switch off.
Got it.
And then I'm not functioning at my highest.
Regardless of who the people are that you're hanging out with. Oh, so,
Regardless of
so to me, it is like depending upon the people. If it's like my school friends, like the India wale friends, I can just be with them for like freaking a month and like whatever, like just dude.
Yeah, like
Extended
no, I
period
can't
of
be
time.
anybody with the money. Even with my friends, very close friends, I need my
can live with- yeah.
private time a little bit. Like, please do
do
not come near me
that.
for one day, and I'll be with you for 1 month. But like some me time.
No, but that's okay. That's also like, so sometimes like my best friend would come over to my place or I would go over to her place, and like if but like for example for a day stay or a night stay, then there will be like 1 hour where we both are just by ourselves on
Yeah,
our phones
that's
doing our
very
thing.
usual.
That's very human,
That's
honestly.
very
bro.
usual.
Yeah, so that is
very
downtime in a way
usual.
when you're hanging out with someone. Like you also zone out and do your own thing for a while, and then you get back
You
together.
get back
Likewise, if you're on a trip as well, for example. So I'll have some portion, like whatever, doing my thing, photos, this, that, getting ready, yada, yada, and then you guys are back together. It's just
Yeah.
natural, bro.
I think even if I go on a trip with my very close friends, even for 7 days, this and that, I'll be the extrovert to the max with my close friends. That I agree. Like I won't have any shame, any
bilkul,
any boundary, this and that. But once I come back, I need another 2 weeks to recover from what I did.
No, trip thing actually does take a toll though. Trip thing, I mean, depend because our trips, like
Yeah.
the friend group trips that I used to have were like wild.
Yeah.
So after that, I need like a good week to recover. Like what happened, bro?
And I think
Yeah.
I am so used to from now work from home and being in a home setting that I'm very comfortable in my space.
I get you.
So I've made my space so comfortable and so productive. Like I know this is my space that I flourish, I work, right?
Yeah.
And even if I go to cafe, I work. And but I'll think about it like 10 times. Should I go to cafe and work? I need to get ready and go, or should I just go? You won't think like that.
Yeah.
You'll just get ready and go.
I would rather prefer
Prefer.
stepping outdoors than staying indoors for work. Because again, I don't know if it's an extrovert trait, but yeah, I was telling you the other day as well. I would rather prefer working from a library or a cafe because in a good environment, in an environment, I flourish rather than just being by myself all the time. So
I think I focus more when I'm left alone with nobody around me. And I'll have my AirPods in, I'll have my to-do list, and I'll be done with like 2-3 hours.
same, but I need that me locked in with a headset, but in an environment.
You need an environment. I can do it on my own. I don't need anybody else.
No, for example, the same thing you're talking about, like even with like workouts, I can do home workouts with the same, my headgear and my blasting music, but I still watching other people in the gym apparently does something to me. Like it just makes me more productive. Likewise, working in a cafe with again me logged in with my laptop and headset is better than me just at home because I'll be distracted like that at home. I'll do something, I'll lazy out or something.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's also a thing, right? Like if you're working from home, then the other tab opens and first you were sitting, then you're lying on the bed, then this and that.
Or like if you have a proper like a home setting office, like where you work with a desk and a chair.
I do,
but then
bed is also there, no? It's right there.
then I think you get used to it. Like this is my working space.
Yeah.
I better. So what I do is as soon as I wake up, I make my bed, and I will die if I like make that bed bad again. Okay.
before night.
Before night. Because I'm like, I made this bed cozy, nice. I'll spritz some like pillow mist, like lavender thing, and this is smelling nice and cute and cozy. I dare not to touch that bed again until I am about to sleep.
Oh wow, that's some discipline, dude.
This is a one trait I've developed over time. Like as soon as I wake up, I'll make my bed so that I don't get back into the bed while working. Because there are some things that when you work from home, you have to hack some systems
that's true.
so that you don't get lethargic, this and that. I have a very good point to talk about extroverts, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel some are good extroverts and some are bad extroverts. So we are going to talk about bad extroverts. Bad extroverts. So sometimes some people are so full of themselves, and that is a first-hand experience that I'm talking about, and I've experienced it quite a lot now I have realized that how to tackle that. But some people are so full of themselves and their accomplishments and their life and whatnot that when they enter a room, they steal other people's spotlight and they make all about themselves. So, and it mostly happens at networking events when which you're not supposed to attend. It's fine. You can network organically in coffee shops as well. But that's my point. What do you think? Is it true?
Okay, I think the bad extroverts that you're naming them, they're just narcissistic people who definitely suck the energy out of any room, regardless of if it's full of introverts or extroverts. I think just anybody who's so full of themselves and stinks of that, like, oh, like people who have that I am better than you energy.
I'm better than you, and I think that makes the other people in the room, let alone introverts, feel so underconfident about themselves, and then they doubt their accomplishments. Like, have I ever even accomplished something that I'm not able to vocalize and verbalize about it? And this person has done so much because I've been there. I was not able to vocalize my accomplishment, but then when I was in an event or something, I used to talk to people, I hear people, and then I used to doubt myself. And I was on a sales call
Okay.
in these past week. There was a guy. He was again a realtor, this and that, and he was a narcissist to the max level. And who told me that? Sahas. I was talking to him about the conversation that I had with him and how he was undervaluing me. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to help you here. It was not even a sales call. Let's say a consultation call, and like, I'm trying to help you. You're not supposed to undervalue me. I know my work, and I was doubting my work there.
Bro.
You know how they gaslight you, thinking like you all do the same thing. I'm like, no. we don't do the same thing. So I think that's it. If you are an extrovert, or if you're an ambivert as well, or if you think like being very vocalized about your accomplishment and entering a room and making all about themselves is gonna help you, no, it's not gonna help you in the long run. There will be a lot of people that won't relate to you or like you.
So,
if I
okay,
may say.
agreeable. There's a thin line between being proud and like confident in your accomplishments and like having your say and keeping your point. Of course, unless you're sucking the energy out of the room, unless you have to do that by cutting someone else's point or space, by letting someone else down, or by not giving anybody else space or have a word on the table. Then you are the annoying, just the person who nobody likes on the table.
Yeah, I would really want people to just ask if somebody is quiet on the table. Like, I do that now. Like, if somebody is quiet, not comfortable, or they want to share, like, you can make an effort and ask them, do you have something to add? What is your viewpoint?
Right.
I do that now because I've been there, and I feel like somebody should, if asked me, I could have started a better conversation with somebody. So I think when you come from that place, you feel more connected and empathetic towards people who are like around you, same personality traits, and then you're trying to be like making them more feel comfortable.
That's so true. And as an extrovert, if you are so comfortable with conversation, then be also an empath and make everybody a part of that conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
From the last 4 years, I used to think my skills, my talents, and my work will shine through. But it's not the case. Your work and your skill does not shine through unless you are vocalized and going all about it in a very good way. That this is what I do, this is my accomplishment, this I'm very great at it, this and that. Nobody will come and ask for your work, for your portfolio, for your talent unless you show it to the world. That's way. There is where I want to add. That's why people do show their talents, being an introvert as well, on social media.
Yeah, so social media honestly is a great platform for those
introverts who are not like able to go into social settings
Right.
and talk about their work, this and that. So social media is kind of
It bridges the gap that basically between them having to face an actual social situation versus still be able to put themselves out there in the world without actually having.
That's why I think some people think like when they meet me, you're very, very, again,
Active
chirpy
on
on
social media,
social media, the way I record my video, this
Yeah.
and that. But in real life, I'm very calm,
Quiet
and
and
I
composed.
listen to people more. Again, I like to show my way, my talent through social media, so that I don't have to go about and make that small talk with the people already. So that's kind of a hack if somebody is watching as an introvert. If you want to show your skill set, start with social media, and
That is good.
then maybe slowly it'll open ways for you.
It does. Actually, any form of, so I, even being an extrovert, I've always had this persona, of course. It's not
Yeah.
something I developed overnight. So, but yeah, doing these extracurricular activities at school, then social media, talking so much. So, if I watch like my stories from 5 years back, it's cute, is all I'm gonna say. No, it's like, bro, what are you saying? What are you talking? And how, like, my mannerisms and everything. Now I just feel, at least, of course, now I feel like myself, probably 5 years later, I'm gonna cringe at this, right?
Yeah.
But it's the fact that as and when you do something more often, you get better at it. You obviously learn a thing or two or pick a skill or two. And as an extrovert, I can second that I have been in places and in rooms where I did not belong just because I have a big mouth.
Yeah.
Just because I can sell myself, babe. Like my service is my like I can I'm good at presenting and advertising myself and my skill set. Even I'll say blank statement that maybe I had my counterparts who were probably much more skilled in the very for the job, the skill they were applying for, but I could just talk better and make an impression.
Yeah.
So I think people who are good with their words, they're definitely better at leaving an impression for sure.
It is.
Everybody remembers a good conversation.
Yes.
And they're always like, they would leverage that person. They would always leverage and want to work with a person whose company you enjoy,
Yeah.
who's, again, if you had a good conversation with the person, you're more likely to hire that person. Or maybe somebody who is relatively good with their skill set, but kind of boring.
Yeah, if like this is a harsh
It
reality you
is.
need to accept in this world,
Yeah.
and I've accepted it now, that if you are very good at your work, of course it will shine through. It will take longer.
pay, yeah,
It
but-
will take longer than you expect it. Like if it's gonna take you 10 years, being an introvert and shy and not being vocalized about, it's gonna take 15 or 20 years to shine through that work. But if again you're verbalizing it to the other person,
Yeah.
you're gonna open more doors, more frequently,
definitely.
and more. And I think in this space now with digital,
Yeah.
it is more important to have this communication skills.
It is.
As an introvert converting into extrovert in social settings that I am now, I think the way I changed my personality was saying yes to a lot of things, and I'll tell you why. When people ask you to do certain things, you're gonna say yes.
Okay.
Why? Because then you have to do it, then you have to make a conversation about it, then there's no other way rather than doing it. And when you say yes a lot of times, it puts a pressure on you to do that. And then it slowly becomes your second personality to be a conversational or a extrovert at some settings. For example, I didn't used to have meetings with a lot of clients in the beginning. I was a back end manager,
Okay.
and I used to manage everything back end. So it was like a quiet shy, I do my work, this and that. I manage my team, I'm very vocalized about it. But what helped me was saying yes to a lot of networking events first, saying yes to a lot of these small meetups, and saying yes to a lot of Zoom meetings. I would dread myself to show up in a Zoom meeting, but I still would show up because I have to talk for 1 hour. And talking for 1 hour led to me here. I would not talk this much if you meet me 2 years back. No. I don't know how to put my thoughts into words. Because
there she's a podcaster.
And
That's
there I'm a
some
podcaster.
growth. That's some growth. That needs a minute. That's some growth.
I think most introverts relate. They have things in their head because they're not used to
Yeah,
speak so
wording
much
it out.
that they're not able to verbalize, put it into words what they're feeling about. But unless you do not push yourself into uncomfortable situations, you would not be able to go. Even now in cafes,
If I am just like talking as much the whole day in and out at every event and I'm not getting my own downtime, you know me. Like after one episode, I'll be like, yeah, just like a little while I want to be just on my phone, do my own thing, just like zone out for a bit. And then I'll be back and have my groove back. But everybody kind of needs their downtime, dude.
So that's my whole point.
Yeah.
That the world needs to stop like categorize people into themselves. Like, are you an extrovert or introvert? I'm both. Put me in a situation. You know what I mean?
I exactly
Put me
know
in
what
a
you mean.
situation, I'll be both. So I have started answering like this.
I love
If
that
somebody
confidence
asks-
on you, it's a good look. I love the confidence on you, it's a good
If
look.
somebody asks me, are you introvert, extrovert? I am both. Put me in a situation. Like if I vibe, I'm extrovert. If I don't vibe, I'm introvert. I won't talk to you.
I'm like,
And
that's
I'll-
on you, buddy.
Yeah, that's on. I'll go into my like me thingy.
Yeah.
I need my. If you suck the energy out of me, you're not on my list. But I read it somewhere. People are either too assertive to say no, or they are too kind to not to say no. What do you think about that? Or do you have nothing to say about that?
No, I kind of do. So, okay, people are too extra assertive to say no. I think.
Have you met anybody like that? Think about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like who's like, I said no, zero fucks given.
Not. I have good people in my life. No, they're considerate
I don't
ones.
think there are people like that.
I don't think no, there. I think there are. They're not just in my life. They're just not in my life.
Yeah, could be. I read it in a book or in a book.
Because I have heard of, I know of, like, you know, third person, like that way, but they're not in my life because I can't.
But then are those people very self-secured about themselves? Like they're very clear in their
But
head?
I'm like, do they have friends? I don't know. Like, honestly.
My point, like I'm just asking you so that I can justify
I'm
this in my
thinking,
head,
yeah.
right? It's a very too situational kind of a thing. Like if you're too assertive to say, no, sorry, I have another plans.
Yeah.
That's it. But even if I say that lie to somebody, I'll be half dead. I have to explain this whole paragraph.
Same.
Why? Why I can't be there?
Like,
Why my stomach hurts? I have to go to the washroom. I have to take the medicine. I didn't sleep last night. I did that. That's why I can't come. Like you don't have to know my personal life, but
Yeah, I have to share to like justify to my own self that I'm not a bad person. I think it's that, yeah, dude, jeez.
see,
It's so real.
guys, if you are also listening to this and relate to this, let us know in the comments. I'm very intrigued
To read the comments on this one. This
so,
introvert has had so much fun in this episode. I can see.
I told you it'll be very fun
This is
episode.
yours. But no, funny enough, like lately I've realized that social gatherings sometimes really do drain your energy too.
I know, because sometimes you're not interested, you're just there for the sake of being there.
Yeah.
Unless you're very like happy about being there and you're getting something out of it. Imagine being to podcasters social event. Why would not we flourish? We will.
Yeah, that's true.
And
we'll have so much to say and add and ask questions and engage, right?
Yes.
But then you put in a freaking realtors network and like, what do I do? What are all these, you know, business people talking like?
Yeah, real life, I won't go in a room of in a room full of strangers and just say random things. But on social media, I will.
I do both. I'm an extrovert, babe.
I won't. Like if you take me to a room full of strangers, I'm like, introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Sim. Nice to meet you. I do this. That's all. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, Loki, when I get either a mic or a stage, I make sure I leave an impression. I have this Kida inside me. I have this chill. Like I have to like have an impression. Like make a mark.
Yeah, I don't have that kira. I'm like, I am this. I am what this is.
You get a simple chill
girl.
I know.
And then I'm like, okay, if this impresses you, it's fine. If it doesn't, I don't care less.
No, mine is again. It's when I say impression, it's not to impress them, but it's like I entered that room and I made a mark. I don't know.
I know. But do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think? I just got it now.
Sure.
Extroverts are people pleasers and introverts are not, because you're saying no, you have to I do have a people pleasers mindset as well, but that's again in my inner circle. I want to impress a stranger. Who are you? I don't care.
No, okay. So that's what I was saying. So which is why I said don't get it confused with I don't want their validation. I want to do it because it's me. I am a performative person in general. As an extrovert, I'm more expressive. I don't want to do it because I want their validation. I want to do it because
But you
I'm
want to
just
make an impression, right? For
okay,
whom
when I
are
say,
you making?
No, but I don't go. Okay, when I say make an impression, is because I'm a performative person. I think somebody, if they're listening, they might get it, they might not. Like, I am this expressive, performative person. So when I enter a room, I want to make sure I present as my full self, and not because I want them to think I'm cool. Like, probably
So
my
yeah,
words
there's
were,
a
yeah,
thin
not
line
right.
between
Like, I
that.
don't want to make, probably make an impression is not the right phrasing
Yeah,
for it.
that's why it got in my mind. Like,
No.
then extroverts are people
I'm not
pleaser.
seeking validation. I'm not seeking validation for shit. I am just this person.
Yeah, I think
Some people
that
just
makes
are
more
big
sense.
personalitied people, right? So I am a big personalitied person, and you're this chill, fun girl
Yeah.
who will come do her thing. You will make an impression as well.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah, I'll not make a big one whole impression, but I'll just leave some small impressions on the way that you won't forget.
You're so cute, dude. You are unforgettable for sure.
That's what I do. I don't make big impressions, but I do small impressions on the way.
You just hee your way through life,
all
no?
the way, like little snail. That's what it is. Okay, one last thing. See, I had a bunch of list things going on today
I
to
have
like
no points whatsoever.
to throw at extroverts because these guys have made a lot of remarks.
You know what? Let me make some more before we close it. now.
Let me make one big, then we'll close it. Do you think, is it a right statement or not? A lot of people, I'm not categorizing extroverts, they do come suggest introverts to talk more if they want to polish their skills, like talk to more people and get themselves out in the world, which I'm also agreeing to because I did that to myself, and now I am like kind of an half extrovert, half introvert, depends on the situation. But we introverts do not come and say to the people, please talk less because it's frustrating for us. It's annoying to hear your voice.
Wow. The way this lady roasted me right now.
No, I roasted everybody who makes
Sure,
these comments.
Sure. Yeah, I don't make those comments to begin with.
So then
I
it's not
don't-
you.
It's not me. It's not me. I know because I don't go around giving unsolicited advices to people. Nobody should. Nobody asked for your opinion. But yes, it's partly true the fact that you yourself said that, you should, again, build those skills as an individual, but nobody should just walk into your face and be like, talk more. Yeah, exactly. Am I, saying you to talk less? Shut the fuck up, my life.
I would love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Have you ever experienced this kind of remarks or situation where you felt uncomfortable being in a group setting or somewhere?
So does the introvertism also come from like social anxiety?
How do you define social anxiety?
Yeah, the fear or like the sheer fear, I think anxiety is of like talking in a group setting, or just like how will they perceive me? Is it a
Yeah.
fear of being judged and being perceived?
Yeah, it is.
That's so that's a big player of social anxiety as well.
It is.
I see.
Because you're not used to putting yourself out there, right?
Yeah.
And getting that remarks, and you're not
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah.
So once you don't take that step and get used to it, and
Yeah.
are like, yeah, this is my like left hands or right hands game. It is a social anxiety. Even now, I can't like thrive in a very big group setting of strangers. Like I can thrive in what if I knew people, and the masterclass that Sahas did, I can thrive in that as well. That's all the anecdotes of an introvert and
That's
an
in the diary
extrovert.
of an introvert, and the extrovert is just gonna give you a little like hearty advice. Big sister, small sister, whatever I am to you guys, we are to you guys for that matter. They try to get out of that, of course, not in a very preachy way, but that social anxiety by taking those small steps as Sim recommended, because you will need those people skills
You
in
will.
life.
You will.
You can, like, it's worth it. It is uncomfortable, but growth is discomfort. You
is.
can never be in your comfort zone and also flourish.
Yeah.
Point blank. You can never be just comfortable and just around the things you know of and also be very successful. You got to go out there and push the boundary a little.
A little bit.
A
Start
little.
by like going to cafes alone, parks alone, where
Take
you
yourself out
can.
on a solo date, dude.
And and if somebody comes to you and make a conversation, try to have a conversation
Yeah.
with them, because it will get you into the habit of
Exactly. So
talking
when
more.
because when you take yourself out on a solo date, you're obviously gonna still have the world. So when you go out, talk a little extra to the auto rickshaw driver if you're there, to the barista if you're
Yeah.
there, to the waiter, anybody you find on your way. Try to make a small conversation on the public transit,
Yeah.
and let's see how it goes. What's the worst that can happen? They're gonna say no, they're gonna be rushing
Ignored,
late
yeah.
or like in a hurry. Just remember to not take it personally. It's not a personal remark. 99% of the time it's not a personal remark, and the 1% of the time it's on them.
And
it's completely on
yeah,
them.
and one last thing, I think conversational and communication skills are the main problems that introverts have. The reason why they are introverts, because they don't know how to speak well.
I know.
If they know how to speak well, they won't shut up. Like, look at me. I was not this, and I don't shut up right now, because now I know how to speak and form my words, my sentences, how to put across my thoughts. So the basic foundation is communication, as she said.
But as you know,
communication, soft.
confidence is a good look on everybody. Look at some, like just.
No, I'll cry after this if something happens. But yeah, that's about it, guys. We hope that you really, really, really love this episode.
Yeah.
And let us know, are you an extrovert or introvert, or who do you love more?
Me, the answer is always gonna be me. See you guys later.
Bye. See you guys in the next episode. And stay safe and take care.